Just gonna give it like a minute. Give it like a minute or two for some people to log on. Then we'll go from there. Yeah, the market's been pretty. It's been more resilient, right? The market's definitely been more resilient, and it's starting to show a lot more volatility. So I'm just gonna give it like a minute for some people to log on, and then we're gonna have a really good live stream. We're gonna talk about the general market conditions and how everything's been going. So yeah, it's been going very well. I'm up a lot this month already. I mean, just to review some of the trades I took, like yesterday, for example, in the past 2 days, I lost $1,000 after I posted this, but yeah, I took a good trade on Rare, Alchemist, Virtual, Sol V. You guys notice they're all short positions too. Short, short, short. But I'm like winning short, short, short. Like I'm winning pretty much every single like trade that I take, except for some dumb ones when I'm extremely tired. Right? So basically what I specialize in is the very typical patterns. Like you can see all of them. I think I posted it before somewhere. Yeah, like the patterns that I've been taking lately is, for example, Troy, 5-wave short. And then there's Alchemist, 5-wave short. And then there's Pepe, 5-wave short. And then there's Sol V, 5-wave short, right? So these are the same types of patterns that I've been taking for like literally 10 years now. And the chances of them winning is win rate's about 85%, I'd say, because I take so often like these similar types of trades that they're very hard to lose because I've seen them so many times before, right? And I trade pretty much every single day with my platinum tier. I'm usually streaming anywhere from like, it's an average about maybe 4 to 6 hours a day. Some days it could be 13 hours. Some days it could be 4 hours. It all depends on the market. But the platinum tier, that's where I literally live trade and I show my desktop. I talk about the positions I'm going in. I talk about my leverage, the position size, the risk management, the targets, the entries. You're basically live trading with me. So that's it's a serious way to fast track yourself, put it that way, right? If you guys are serious traders or you're wanting to get to that level, yeah, just look at the description below. I've got, I think, 18 slots left for 18 people to join for the months of April, May, and June to come live trade with me. So I keep it limited to about 50 people, and the next slot is April, May, and June. So if you guys are serious, take a look at the link below. I think that honestly, like a few months of trading with me is going to be wild because this is my first month live streaming my trades. I'm very new to it, so it's like an adjustment period for me. But give me like a little bit of time to learn the system of how to live stream, how to communicate information, and this is going to be crazy, man. I'm one of the only YouTubers or day traders that actually live streams their trades. Like you need to have a really big set of balls to do things like that, right? Because imagine people trying to live stream their trades and then they're not a good trader. Like that's messed up, right? So yeah, come join it, guys. 18 slots left. So Bitcoin, like I don't give a shit about how Bitcoin's trending anymore because I'm no longer in a position. So to me, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that Bitcoin, like, Bitcoin is bullish because I'd rather be trading in the bull market than in the shitty market, right? You know what I mean? So this is kind of like the best pattern that I can draw, kind of like a higher low pattern that's forming right now. Like, it's however you want to adjust it. It looks reasonable for now. It's holding for now. It's made a few bounces already, like twice it's hit it. So this is a higher low pattern that's holding for now. So eventually it's going to sandwich into here, right? There's no doubt about it because it's going to sandwich into like basically, yeah, like right around here. Here's the lower high that's been formed. As you can see, it's been formed for a very long time now. It hit it there. It hit it again there. It hit it again there. Hits it again there. That's 4 hits on it. And then this is basically compressing into an apex. And this apex is going to be wild. It's going to, one of two things is going to happen after it reaches this epic conclusion of where the highs are getting higher, the lows are getting lower. Only one way will decide. It's either going to move up or down. I know that's very a lot of people make fun of day traders that are like, oh, you're saying it's going to move up or down. But in this particular case where there's a major apex that's squeezing, it's going to have a very clear direction soon. If we drop down, we're going to end up hitting that 84 or 74 to 72K range, right? This is the perfect range to be hitting, right? So if we break below it, that's going to be the first target. If we don't hold there and 72K does not hold, I promise you that the bull market is going to be 1,000% over, and the cycle is completely thrown off. If 74K breaks, you have to think about the impact of what that means. It means that the March high of last year just got taken out and we're going to lower lows. If you want to be very realistic with what I think, now this is a very unpopular opinion, but I'll show you it. I believe that it's finished. I believe that the first wave is finished back in 2017. And then we make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish wave 3. And guess what? We just literally finished another 5 waves right now. And that's the pattern. That is literally the pattern that we see in a major expanding type of diagonal. The bull market is over, whether you want to admit it or not. This is an expanding diagonal, which basically says that the bull market is over. And the next major hit is probably going to be the lower trend line because the major cycle is over. If you see 5 Elliott waves, run. If you see it in an expanding diagonal, run faster. Okay, once you see 5 waves, it's done. Now, it's going to take a fucking miracle to convince me that the bull market's not over. In fact, it's going to take a monstrous amount to convince me that the super cycle is not over. Right? I don't give a fuck about your fundamental news and your strategic reserves and your 1 million other fundamental news that has been very bullish for the past 3-4 months now, but yet the markets are not reflecting any of that. In fact, the S&P 500 has had a severe drop already of over 10%, and this correction is actually long overdue. Right? We've had massive surges since basically since the beginning of 2022. That's like an 800-900 day of massive surges. I think that the S&P 500 is due for a correction, and unfortunately, Bitcoin is tethered to that. Bitcoin is not immune to it. It might withstand it a little bit better, but it doesn't mean that it's immune to it. So, if you want to be naive, by all means, believe for some fucking magical reason that we're gonna end up just smashing into all-time highs. Defying gravity, right? And moving into major all-time highs when, you can consider the most basic concept of Elliott wave theory, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? On between wave 3 and 5, we got bearishly diverging RSI, right? Higher price, lower high in RSI. Guess what? We're doing the exact same thing right now between waves 3 and 5. Higher price, but lower high in RSI. It will take a fucking miracle to convince me that this is not the top. So you're basically trying to tell me, okay, you're trying to tell me that even though I can count 5 perfect Elliott wave structures, and with bearishly diverging RSI, by the way, between waves 5 and 3, okay, even though you're telling me that I can count 5 perfect super cycle structures and fractals with bearishly diverging RSI in an expanding diagonal, you're fucking telling me that the bull market is not over? Oh, okay, I believe you for a second. All right, let's just go with that. So you're telling me that the 900th fundamental positive news is finally going to drive crypto to the fucking moon when it hasn't already? And we see 5 clear patterns with bearishly diverging signs in every single way? So you're telling me that for some fucking magical reason, the 901st positive bullish fundamental news is finally going to drive it to the moon? Really? Because the strategic reserve news wasn't enough? Like, what more do you fucking need? Like, come on, guys. Like, open your fucking eyes. It's not the time to be like, oh, I'm going to DC into big long positions right now. It's like, yeah, okay, have fun DCing and like for a short term, short term, that's probably all that it's going to be. Unless proven otherwise. Like, if I'm wrong about this, great. But what I do believe is that Bitcoin's probably going to have a monster rally and do a corrective wave up soon. It's overdue. I think that we're not going to break down. I think we're going to break upwards. We're probably going to do a corrective wave and then continue down, right? And hopefully I'm wrong. So we'll break into a corrective wave upwards, and then eventually we're going to smash down. Now, if I'm wrong, great. If I'm wrong, then that's even better. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong or right from the perspective of a day trader, right? From the perspective of a day trader, I wake up, I chase the volatility, I make the profit, I get the fuck out, and I go to sleep really well after having a nice meal. And I don't worry about the stresses of the market overnight. I can actually sleep. I don't need to worry about these monster 10, 20, 30% drops. That's why I'm focusing exclusively on day trading with that platinum group of mine where I plan to be profitable every single week, every single month. I believe there's a lot less stress involved in day trading if you have the skills than actually investing right now. Every investor, nobody's making money as an investor. If you're fucking making money right now, you're fucking full of shit. Maybe your short-term day trading positions or your swing positions are up, but from the perspective of a portfolio where you've probably been DCing since like 2024, you're fucking down. How do I know you're down? Because Solana made a new all-time low, bro. Like you know what I mean? Solana made a new all-time low. Polkadot, like for the year, Polkadot's making new lows again. Ethereum got fucking destroyed. Cardano got destroyed. Sui got destroyed. Near got destroyed. Every fucking coin got destroyed, including your own portfolio. You didn't make fucking shit in your portfolio, and you know that. And if you did, it was only for a certain period. But right now, you're not making money. If you are, you're fucking full of shit. That's what's the truth. So right now, day traders have a massive advantage over investors. We don't have to deal with that stupid bullshit volatility every single week. We just come in, you know, we take the trades and we get out and we're happy. That's what I've been doing every single day. There's a lot less risk. There's a lot less exposure. Yes, it requires a lot more skill, but in terms of profitability, I think that it's much better. It's favoring the people day trading right now. So I don't believe that we're going to end up rallying huge. We're going to test probably like 94, 99K, something like that, 100K, but we're going to continue down. But if I'm wrong, I'll be very happy. Because if I'm wrong, then we're going to have better days in the bull market. We're going to have more volatility. It's going to be better for everyone. But preferably, I would prefer it to rally. But if it chooses to go down, I'm ready for that as well, right? So the total 2 is like, it's all the same shit. Total 1 is fighting at March 14 high. Total 3 is fighting at the March 14 high. Total 2 is fighting at a major low point right now. Higher low that's been forming for a pretty long time now. So basically, just to summarize, the market looks like it's holding slightly for now. The market looks like it's recovered slightly for now, right? But it doesn't change the fact that, like, you know, a total 2 of a 12% move, man, we've seen massive moves. We've seen total 2 move up 22% in some days, right? So there's been massive moves, but they've all been very disappointing so far, and they weren't able to sustain. So I don't understand how this dip is going to be different than the last few dips, the last few sell-offs, the last few capitulations, the last few very bullish, positive, fundamental news. How the fuck is that any different? So because of that, I'm okay. I don't need to invest in the market. I can day trade and I'm happy with that, right? So there's been a lot of day trading opportunities. For example, Altcoin has made some monster gains from yesterday. I don't know what it's doing now, but I'm definitely curious because this might be a fifth wave that's actually in already. So I want to get off very soon. This might very well be the fifth wave. Like that might even be the fifth wave right in there. Like, no joke. Like, I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, that looks like there's a possibility for that. You know, but I want to see which one's bigger. So, that's a 618 roughly. Like, this is a pretty reasonable trend line to have followed from before. You know, it's like, it's reasonable. Right, it followed it very nicely last time, but I don't know if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5 looks kind of extended, right? I don't like that figure of the 5, but this is going to be a coin that's on my watch list for tonight. And then there's BNX, right? BNX is double topping for now, so I'm waiting to see if that's going to smash up above it. And then Alchemist finally broke below this stupid ass expanding diagonal pattern. So it's been, very profitable trading Alchemist. I'm up $36,000 trading Alchemist in a few days. Right, I'm up, yeah, since February the 28th, I'm up 36,000 trading just Alchemist by itself, like fucking monster profit. I think so. I'm gonna double check that actually. I think I'm up a lot on it, but yeah. So I'm gonna keep watching this coin because it's been very, very profitable. But other than that, there's a lot of other coins on the watch list today too. Hold on, I'm just looking for this. Where the fuck is it? Ah, here we go. So this is my Alchemist trades. I'm up $35,500. So this is from basically the end of the month. So February 28th to the 14th. That's 2 weeks. $35,000 of pure fucking profit on Alchemist. Because I'm a boss and it's one of my favorite coins to trade. It's been very, very profitable. I've been trading it since here, if you guys remember. I've been trading it since that fucker. Since February the 25th, man. Right, that was the first one, but I didn't really start heavily trading it until like around here, February the 28th, where I caught these guys. So there's a lot of money on that coin. And then Layer, I'm following Layer because I'm looking for like a fifth wave of some sort. Because I think this is like a 1 in there, a 2. I'm looking for like a formation that's better. So I'm just following Layer because it's made like 122% move in like, in a short period of time. And it hasn't really corrected a lot. So I'm watching that. Rare. Oh man, Rare got fucking destroyed. Oh yeah, we traded that yesterday. That's right. So it's not really on my watch list anymore, I don't think. I think it's moved. It's too much movement. Virtual is moved up. So Virtual moved upwards. That's wild. So 35% move up. So I keep that on here. Grass is a weird pattern. I don't like it. I take it off my list. ZRO is the next coin that I'm going to be trading. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm basically going to go work with the platinum tier and live stream and talk about the potential of this trade setup coming up soon. Because I think that I'm going to be up all night and I'm going to be trading this coin. And I'm going to be making probably a good amount of money on it. Because I'll trade like probably 500K on this coin. It looks like it's just priming for a fifth wave. So I got my alert up here, right? Always make sure your alerts are working, right? So alerts are working. So ZRO is going to be a really big coin to trade. And then there's Red, right? Red broke up above some major regions. I don't know what the count is, but it seems like it just seems like probably this is a 1, a 2. And it's going for like a 3 somewhere right now, maybe. I don't know. 3, 4, and the 5. I can't tell what this structure is, right? But usually the most parabolic one would probably be the 3rd. So I don't think it's finished yet. Maybe. Not finished. So maybe there's more to go. So I'm just keeping an eye because there's no signs of it being bearish in any way. So I just make a high there and assume there's going to be one more. So Red is pretty high on the priority list. Then Shell, I don't care about it. So basically the only ones I'm watching today are ZRO for a higher high. Red for a higher high. Farcoin needs reevaluation, right? To see what I'm going to do with that. Waiting to see if BNX breaks above. Alchemist is just on a general watch list now. And then Layer is, I think it's done. I think I'm done watching it for now on a major watch list. But Rare, I'm done it. Virtual, I'll just keep it here for now. Yeah, so ZRO, higher high. Yeah, so these guys here, I'm all waiting for a short. Basically, I'm just going to put a symbol in here so I know that I'm looking for a short. Like wherever the fuck it is. I just put a symbol here to let me know what I'm looking for. Right? This way I just can glance to it. If there's a short symbol there, I know. And at BNX, I don't know yet. Who fucking knows what I'm going to do with this coin. We'll see. Ideally, I would like it to break up. I would like for this to be the first wave, and then the third wave to start. That'd be really nice. Layers, just like a general watch list, because it's been moving. Alchemist, I think opportunities are done for Alchemist, so I'm going to remove it on my watch list. And then Virtual, just general watch list. So that's kind of it for today. That's all that I'm watching for today on my general watch list. There's really nothing else that's interesting to me, but I'll put SPX on my general watch list. So a lot of these coins are moving fairly decently. Like SPX moved 50% already. So there's got to be a pullback where we can find something to long soon. So there's got to be a pullback eventually. But the first few waves are always shitty, right? They're always very fucking shitty. You just don't know how they're going to be. Like there can be like a diagonal of some sort. So right now that Bitcoin bottom, it's kind of like an uncomfortable place because all coins are still finishing their first waves and there's not that much day trading opportunities quite yet. But I feel that if Bitcoin breaks above that high, it breaks above this, you know, the lower high pattern, the market's going to really rally and there's going to be tons of day trading opportunities. So as it stands right now, Bitcoin is holding fairly decently, but it's going to take probably maybe another week or two or like 2 weeks at most. It could happen this week, right? But there's going to be an epic conclusion soon to either break out upwards or downwards. And other than that, I think that if it breaks upwards, the altcoin market's going to follow it pretty hard, and there's going to be tons of day trading opportunities. But as it stands, it's still very difficult to have compelling confidence to dollar cost average into altcoins right now. The funding fee is still extremely low, and the market sentiment is still very cautious right now. So that stance I keep for a long time, and I hope that it'll change one day. But until then, I'd rather be very cautious and conservative than be overly exposed and hopium and have tons of hopium in the market and be misled by a bunch of, you know, people on YouTube or Twitter that are just moon boys and they just call for the moon no matter what, right? It's better to have a realistic expectation rather than having like a moon boy syndrome and not being able to prepare for the worst case scenarios, right? So other than that, I'm going to leave you guys with that, food for thought. And thank you for watching me tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And other than that, if you guys are interested in joining my live streams for day trading, where you want to take it to another level, take a look at the link in the description below. There are 18 slots left available to join for the months of April, May, and June. They go for 3-month slots at a time, right? And then if you stay for basically, we've been winning the majority of the trades, sticking to very high confidence, high probability, high win rate strategies where I'm leading the team or trying to lead the team 7 days a week. Sometimes I take a day off, but it's really rare. So come join me if you guys want to take your trading to the next level and get into a very high prestigious day trading group with the one and only Philicon Crypto. So have a great night and thank you for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my live trading group or in the next video.